Tracking, coding, filing.
How did the intelligence people...
And that's 1990 count print right there.
Okay.
I can read the code levels.
Where do you see them?
A code printout, but they're human-based.
Print?
Seems that way, yes. Newly created. When it's broken down into absolute basics, but it's an intelligence word. Because infiltration among the normal people was heavy for a while. They know how to operate machinery as well as men, yes.
Who? What made you decide to take it into your own hands to do that?
I was the highest ranking official at the time.
Highest ranking official in what?
Compliance. In intelligence.
And what are you going to do next?
Tribute to those who are living and guaranteed to their lives.
What's the purpose of that?
I'd like to call a halt to this if possible and get back to it another day.
I just have a few more questions to ask you.
Figment, Middle Dakota. Our great little town in the great sorta state, in the middle of the great green gem of the USA, the Great Dakota National Forest. We got the largest area of untamed wilderness on the mainland USA, outside of like Alaska or something. Large logging operations weren't allowed outside of government places, like the military, which used this big place for hardcore forest training until World War #2. Although that was Town 1, or T1 as the government bureaucratically marked it. Well, after it wasn't called Woodtown Base anymore. But still, I think we still call it that. At least the soldiers did. Oh, of which, after the war, service peeps still wanted to live there, and made a lot of noise until the big man opened it all up as a living town. People still kind of wanted to be there, so they made a second one, or T2, or, as we know it, Founding. Housing was all limited, and stuff, and, not enough local economy, and super hard travel to and out, made the town slowly have, levers. But by now, the government were all, liking the people moving in, and decided to build a new town, T3, or, as the new locals named it, Figment. They also built T4, T5, T6, and are now in the middle of making T7. As our town was being built, a fire broke out over at Founding, and that sealed the nail in the coffin deal for that dying, and I guess now dead town. But funnily, that fire was what started everything for us. The valley between our towns got all burnt to crisp, but after the fire ended, large trees never really grew, and the burned ones were still kind of alive and stuck around. But also, pretty bedflowers did grow to cover basically the whole valley floor, making this place a national stop for tourists and biology folk alike. So a lot of people still want to move in for the benefits, both the views and the taxes. But housing's all limited, and it takes years and a lot of elbow grease for the government to convince them to build anything new. Even the remodeling some of y'all's parents are starting took something of 10 years to approve. But yeah, anyway, we're here. Not the most sought after, unless you're okay living at the cul-de-sacs. Hard to get in the good hoods here, unless you pay the house owner and Uncle Sam pretty pennies. That's my town history presentation. This is Digital Corin, throwing it back to you, Real Life Corin.